and welcome to everybody watching our little chat which we're having online. It's myself and Caro Emerald, who is the lady who is all about In Concert tonight. You'll be able to watch the show later on the red button, but for now you're watching it online, and we've had a ton of questions coming through. Thank you so much to everybody who sent through questions. And Caro, you've submitted yourself to this. You've said it's okay, I will answer the questions no matter what.
Well, I didn't say I will be honest, but I will give an answer, yes.
Excellent. Right, so we'll just crack on with all the people who've got in touch. So first of all, we've got Coco, who sent in a tweet, and she said, "Oh, Caro, you have me dancing and singing forever. You are an amazing inspiration. Where do you get your own inspiration from?"
Oh, from so many places.
Okay, so let's do dancing first of all. Who was the person who, the way they moved, the way they danced, really inspired you?
I don't know, Beyonce? She's
a good mover, isn't she? Yeah.
She's a very good mover. I'm not really particularly into dancing. I like dancing, but it's not like when I make music, I don't look at dancers to make music. It's just, I do like to make music that you need to bounce your head on. As long as you feel like you get the urge to do this, then it's good. You know, that's my, yeah.
You look like you're cruising in LA in a car,
Definitely.
like the top down. Yeah.
You need to have that feeling, and that refers to dancing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to music, who are your musical inspirations?
Oh, I have so many. Musical inspiration. Well, vocally, I would say, you know, obviously like Ella Fitzgerald or Billie Holiday, but also, again, Beyonce, Rihanna, Dusty Springfield, Shirley Bassey, really big example. Amy Winehouse, maybe even my most important example.
And when you were growing up then, was there a lot of music in your house all the time? Was
There
there always
was.
like a record player going? Or?
Well, there was. You would be surprised actually, because I only heard classical music when I was growing up. My dad would play vinyls, and I was really not interested in classical music.
No.
I really didn't care at all.
Do you like
about
it now?
I can appreciate it. I can appreciate any kind of music. So, but it hasn't gotten to a point where I know which composer I'm listening to, though. But I enjoy it very much. And my mom would play the classical piano, and I enjoyed that much more because it was, you know, live in the living room. So I would be hopping around. And I remember that as one of my happiest childhood memories, yeah.
So when did you hear these voices, when you mentioned Ella Fitzgerald and then...
During school, basically. What is so strange, I reckon, is that I was brought up with classical music, and then I one day discovered I could sing, so I took singing lessons, and this is where I got a bit into like musical and you know, a little jazz, but more in a musical kind of way. While in school, I was listening only to heavy metal and hard rock and all that things, you know, like Beastie Boys. So, it was only after high school that I started studying jazz, where I actually discovered jazz as a genre. Yeah, and that is where I got to know my biggest examples, you know. I always fancied the old school jazz, you know, like just singing the song, the band, the horn section, the singer, like in a more glamorous kind of way, yeah.
Magical. Okay.
Yeah.
Next question, Coco, I hope you're happy with that. We've got Katie Ryan, who emailed in, and she said, okay, music, we've done dancing. What is your inspiration for your fab style?
Oh my God, also many places, you know. I just like to look around and to take stuff from any place. I can look at a web shop, I can look into fashion magazines, sometimes it's pictures, especially also for this album, that's the upcoming album. We've also looked at photography from the 30s, 40s, 50s, just to get an idea of the whole style, you know. But in practice, I buy it in a modern shop as well, you know. Sometimes it's vintage, but most of the time it's just new clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have, are you one of those people who tears things out from magazines? And do you have like a lookbook board
well,
or
a pin
board?
I started on Pinterest. I do have an account.
Pinterest,
There's not too many pictures there yet, but whenever something inspires me or I like to have it, or I pin it on there, and also pin my outfits from the past. So if anybody's interested in what kind of brands I'm wearing, they can check it there.
On Pinterest?
I try to keep like an outfit diary. So if anybody wants to know where the shoes are from, so you have a picture, the hat comes from.
Yeah.
The jacket's from. So I'd like to
Amazing.
keep my fans informed like that. Yeah.
And as a child, what were you like? Did you have all the Barbie dolls and did you used to dress them
oh
up?
my
So
God.
you've always loved that aspect, yeah?
I was such a girly girl that the worst memory about that is that I was about 8 years old and I had this new little suit that I got from my birthday. And I really, really loved it. It was actually with a how do you say, naked belly? But
Oh,
when you're
crop
8, you
top.
can, a crop top,
I've
yeah.
never been
When
able to
you're
do that.
8, you can wear that. But now I can't. But I went to school and I really wanted to add some lipstick with it. And I thought it was fine. I mean, I saw all kinds of pictures in magazines with women wearing lipstick. But I came to school and the kids would laugh at me and I felt so stupid. And they were like, you must think you're beautiful. And I remember that. I was like, oh, because I just want to have fun with that, you know? This was the kind of girl, I was so naive.
Kids can be horrible. Right,
Yeah.
more questions. In fact, the next question that we have comes from Katie, who just asked about your fashion, from her daughter, and she's 10, and she's Poppy. So Poppy, hi to you. Caro,
Hi,
you should
Poppy.
say hi to Poppy. What age did you start singing, and did you always know that you wanted to sing? She's a massive fan of yours.
Oh, I was 11.
11?
So she might be ready for it right about now.
Could be.
Yeah, well, I was 11 and I got chosen as to sing a solo song in the school's play, and that was obviously an honor. But I didn't realize how talented I was until I was singing. This was a jazz song actually, and everybody fell over me like, "Oh my God, you're so talented! You should become a jazz singer." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'll do that then. What's the conservatory? Okay, I will go there and just grow up to be a singer, you know." So I just got that into my head, and it just never stopped. Basically, I think I'm one of the few people that have known from forever to what I wanted to be, what I wanted to become.
That this was your destiny.
Yeah, definitely.
The new album, this is from someone who didn't give their name. The new album is called The Shocking Miss Emerald. Are you shocking? They want to know.
Maybe I am. You should find out and listen to the record.
How do you like to shock?
How do I like to shock? In a very sophisticated ways.
Of course.
But I must admit, I mean, I like to go against what people expect from me sometimes, so that might be a shocking side of my personality.
Okay, next question on email. This is from Tony Hopkin. We dance the Argentine tango to your songs, though we should really be doing the quick step or cha-cha. What encouraged you to do an out-and-out tango song with Tangled Up?
Well, we wanted to do a tango since the first album, actually. And my songwriter, Vince DeGiorgi, actually reminded me that, well, it was my mom who said, you know what, I love the album, but it needs a tango. So for the second album, we had to do a tango, basically, yeah.
Okay, hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah.
Next one is on Twitter, and this came from Abigail Caveney. Hi, Caro. I love listening to your songs while doing my homework. My question is, what is your style of music called?
Well, I think that's a very good question, and I'd like to know what Abigail thinks of that, you know. But I've been thinking about that a lot. But if you would, I mean, you don't want to give too much information, I guess. So I would just say jazz pop.
Jazz pop. Abigail,
Yeah.
there you go, jazz pop.
It's easiest.
It is. The next question is from Robert Denham. Do you have plans to record any more acoustic numbers for release? So acoustic with you, guitar?
Well, not yet. I mean, I like to treat the acoustics as something that I can do when I want to do something special live. You know, and sometimes we do record it and sometimes we do release it, but it all is kind of more in a spontaneous way. So I don't plan that stuff right now, but I'm sure there will be some acoustic releases.
There you go. There's your answer, Robert. The next one is from Simon, who says, who has been your biggest influence in music? I guess we touched on that
Kind
earlier
of
on,
talked
didn't
about
we? Yeah.
that. I cannot choose one, though.
No.
No.
You were saying about Beyonce. You mentioned Beyonce. What is it about her that you particularly admire?
Well, I mean,
What's not to admire?
she's like the goddess of, I mean, what can she do? She's an excellent singer. Technically, she's the best singer in the world, I think. And she's got such a great timing, and she's got a specific sound, and she's a great dancer and a great performer. I mean, there's nobody out there, I think, that can do all of those things. So
Okay.
that just deserves a lot of admiration.
She kind of sets the bar, doesn't she?
Definitely, yeah.
Next one is from Caitlin. She was the world's first Caro tribute act. Have you seen pictures of
Oh yeah, I
tribute
have
acts?
actually.
Yeah?
I
Okay.
have, yeah.
What's that like when you see someone that's being you?
Well, at first I didn't realize it was her on the picture because the pictures that she copied the whole thing, and I was at first because she said it's Caro Emerald tribute,
Yeah.
and which I'm very honored about. Thank you. But the picture, when you look at it in a small way, you don't even see that it's her. It was until I opened it and I saw it was her. So it's so well done.
You kind of thought it was you.
I thought it was me.
So
I thought it
funny.
was me. And then I looked at it and I'm like, wow, how did she do that? So, Kaylin, please let me know. How did you do that?
She has a question for you. If you could plan a perfect day, what would it be? Your perfect day. You don't have to come and talk about yourself. You can do whatever you want.
My perfect day?
Yeah.
Well, my perfect day would definitely be eating anything that I see and run into, because I usually retain from eating the good stuff. So that would definitely be a part of it. It has to be sunny. There has to be music and some good wines, I believe, and some good company in any kind of way. But I love just being around my people. And my perfect day is also the kind of day where you just don't know where you're going to end up. Maybe you'll just find yourself in the morning when the sun is coming up. Sun setting?
Sun rising.
Sun rising, sorry.
Yeah.
And when the sun is rising and you sit at some kind of water side with your friends with a bottle of wine.
A beach or in a park. You could be having a picnic in the park.
Something
or you could
like
be by
that.
The beach, yeah.
But you could end up somewhere else and go to a club and then after go, I don't know, skinny dipping or something.
Then we're all coming with you on your perfect day. It sounds great. What's your favourite language to sing in?
English.
English?
Definitely.
Okay. Is it tricky? Is it difficult? Or is it just
Well,
second nature now?
Well, in Holland, we listen to English music all the time. So it's not a strange language to me in that sense. I was brought up with English music, basically. And when I was studying jazz, everything was about the American accent. And so that comes so natural to me, I don't even have to think about it. Whenever I sing in Dutch, I have to think about it.
Do you really?
Yeah. So it's a different world, I think. Yeah.
Why do you have to think about it in Dutch? What are the problems, or what do you trip over?
No, because of the timing and pronunciation is
Yeah.
very close, very tied to timing. And it sounds a little bit, I don't know, like posh when I sing in Dutch. It's not so cool, I think.
Okay. Next question is something came in on Twitter. Joe's Latin at Jukebox. Have you considered playing in Latin America?
I have, yeah. I actually almost did. But I consider playing everywhere. As long as you just book me, please.
You'll go wherever the demand is, wherever they want you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'd like to play. I like to see the whole world. Yeah.
Okay. Next one, Andrew Wood on email. Having looked at your track listing for your new album, I was disappointed not to see Two Hearts that you performed on your 2010 live concert DVD. Do you plan to record this song at any point in the future?
Well, I didn't actually, but now I might.
Yeah.
But it was actually, Two Hearts was a song that was written in the same period as the Deleted Scenes album. So it kind of felt, we never really got the chance to finish it. And then we started playing it live. And then after 3 years, it feels kind of strange to pick up an old song like that. And we really wanted to make this new album like one baby, not like getting old stuff in there, you know. So, but maybe I'll
it might have a time. Maybe on the acoustic album,
that.
when you do something acoustic, maybe you can bring it in.
Yeah.
For that. And the final question, Andrew Wood says, having looked at your track listing for your new album, I was disappointed not to see. Oh no, that's the same one. I've just done that. Sorry. Caitlin, again, who is your tribute act. This is the last question. You said, any tips on keeping your nerves under control before a big show? That's kind of relevant because you are going to be performing fairly soon.
Well, you know what? Yeah.
Nerves, how do they hit you?
They just hit me. And they never, you cannot really control nerves. What I think is you should not be too afraid of the nerves itself. Because what I've learned is, but it's also because of a lot of experience, is that once you start singing, music just saves you, It saves me. Anything can be scary, but the music is like a warm bath. So that is what I try to just get into that. And whenever it gets really bad, then I close my eyes.
And then it just goes away.
Yeah, it goes away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking to us. We're out of time. And
Yeah,
we'll have to end
that
it there.
went fast.
And we're going to have live music from Caro later on Radio 2
Yes.
and on the red button on the website. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you later.